For today's workout, we're going to be doing some shoulder work. It's going to be a control class, shoulder workout, shoulder control through its range of motion. So we won't be doing any long kind of isometric pushes, but we're going to be moving the shoulders the whole time and trying to work to build really strong, precise control of the joint here. So a couple pieces, optional pieces of equipment that we have. I have my Clubbell, which I'm going to use as a light weight. So you can use a Clubbell or you can use a light ankle weight or something like that to wrap around your wrist as we're working. I have a band that we're just going to anchor to our feet and do a scapular car. And then I have my medicine ball, but you can use any kind of tension objects, a stack of towels, a pillow, something. We're going to be working out of a collapsed quadruped, but something to kind of tension against as we're doing our shoulder work there. For those of you here live, as always, if you have any questions or need any modifications, just type them out in the chat and I'll be monitoring that as we go and get those addressed for you. Let's see, anything else? Yeah, well, we're gonna just jump right in. We're gonna do our shoulder car, scap car, elbow cars, and wrist cars. Super abbreviated because our first circuit and maybe the rest of the workout, we're gonna be doing a lot of cars types of exercise. So we'll start off with a 2-arm shoulder car. We're just gonna do 2 at once. And we're just going to do 2 of them. A quick demo for the 2-arm shoulder car. For those not familiar, we're going to go external rotation of the shoulder. So imagine I have this dot on the inside of my arm. I'm trying to externally rotate that up and then away from the body. I'm going to cross over in front. Doesn't matter which hand you cross. Everything nice and tight. Only the shoulders are moving. This is just a quick demo, coming back into shoulder flexion as far as I can without arching my back or compensating in any way. Once I've hit that maximum shoulder flexion without my compensation, I'm going to internally rotate. So taking that dot, bringing it down and kind of, if my arm was here, down and in towards my body as I'm reaching back into shoulder extension. Keep rotating internally so the tops of my hands are facing my body. Coming down, and then I'm just reversing it. Lifting shoulder extension, pushing back, lifting as high as I can. Once I've maxed that out, I'm going to unwind, start externally rotating, coming back around, up to the shoulder flexion, across and down. So we'll have two of those, and then we'll move on to the next exercise. So here we go. Big breath, squeeze tight, external rotation, crossing over, reaching up, back, maxing out that shoulder flexion, internally rotating, reaching back, around and down, and then I'll reverse it, reaching back, externally rotating, biggest circle as I can, up, around and down. I'm gonna go one more time. External rotation, shoulder flexion, reaching back. Try to keep everything tight. I'm not lifting with my traps. I'm just rotating those shoulders into my extension, around and down, and reverse and lifting, pushing back up. That backside shoulder, rear delt, external rotation, coming up, around and down. Now we'll go right into our elbow cars. Quick demo. Elbows will be pinned right against my rib cage here, my sides, and I'm twisting out. Not just at the hand, because I could move my hand without a whole lot of movement from my elbow, but I'm trying to twist the forearm and all of these muscles twisting out. Same thing, twisting out as I come up. Once I reach the top, I'm going to make sure to get full elbow flexion. So really pull all the way to the top. Then I'll go over and down. I'll do 2 that way, and then I'll go turning down. So I'm still turning at the forearm, not the wrist. Turning down as I come up all the way to the top. Palms up, twisting out, maintaining that tension the whole time as I'm coming down. All right, so here we go, right into our elbow cars, twisting out, squeezing up all the way to the top, twisting down and maintaining that down and out tension as I'm pushing down. Turning palms up, coming all the way up, squeezing. I'm maintaining that tension, twisting tension all the way up, over, and down. Now we're going to reverse it. So twisting down the whole time as I come up. Twist over, palms up, twisting out the whole time as I'm coming down. One more time. Palms down as I'm coming up. Palms up, twisting out as I'm coming down. Nice. And we'll go into our wrist cars, which is just taking the wrist through its full rotational range of motion. So we're making sure to hit these points, right? We're hitting wrist extension with our hands coming back. We're hitting wrist flexion, palms coming towards us. We're hitting, man, I can't even think of it right now, but pinky side in and thumb side out. So those kind of 4 points, and then connecting that into a circle, keeping the wrists facing up the whole time. So here we go. We'll go palms into flexion, palms towards our body, go to thumb side. So hold that flexion, go to thumb side, come to extension, come into pinky side, up and around one more time. Up, out, back, pinky side, and back to flexion. And now reverse it. Flexion into pinky side, extension, thumb side, up and around. One more circle through. Around and down, relax. All right, we're going to go and we'll finish off the warm-up with our scapular cars, taking our shoulder blades through that full range of motion. And from there, just think shoulder blades, but I'll just show you from this side with my shoulder itself. But we're really thinking of the movement coming from the scapula. I'm going to take my shoulder blades and bring them down. So scapular depression. Then I'm going to bring them forward. Protraction, up, elevation, retraction, and back to that depression. Try to hold those positions as far as you can. Keep the arms straight. And I'm not moving my shoulders forward into a flexion or back into extension. The shoulders and arms are kind of stay right by my side and really moving through the scapula. So here we go. We'll just go 2 in each direction. Scapular depression. Squeeze forward as much as you can. Up, elevation. Bring them back together. Hold that squeeze back together as you slide down. Down, down and forward. Forward and up. Hold forward as you slide up. Up and back. Back and down. And then reverse it. Down and back. Back and up. Up and forward. Forward and down. One more time through. Down and back. Back and up. Up and forward. Forward and down. All right. So we're going to move into our first circuit here. And it's going to be, we're going to follow the swimmer's path. So swimmers as an exercise. Sure, you all are familiar with it, but we're going to, right, the path is here. Hands start behind the head. I'm always kind of reaching back, right? So I'm up here. I'm always trying to lift back, squeeze the back, squeeze the shoulders, out to a Y, T, and then once I cross that T point, I start that internal rotation and reach back into extension. Hands go behind the back and down, and then I reverse it, right? Coming back up. So we're going to follow that path, but we're going to have some pauses along the way. So we're going to start here, come back. Once we get to our Y, we're going to just internally rotate our shoulders, externally rotate the shoulders. Internal, we got 4 of those. Then we're going to do 3 elbow cards. So just like we did here, right? We've had 3 coming in, out, down, in, out, down. Then we'll reverse it in, right? Reverse elbow cars. And we'll have 2 wrist cars. And then we'll take it to the next position. We're going to go to the T. Rotate 4, elbow cars 3, elbow cars 3, wrist cars 2 each way. Then we'll go into our extended position, and we're going to go rotations forward. Yes, you can absolutely do standing. It's with just working the shoulders. And I mainly do these kneeling just so I could kind of fit into my frame here. So, but yeah, absolutely. So here we're going 4 elbow cars, 3 each way, wrist cars 2 each way, coming behind the back, and then we're coming back up. All right, so that's our little sequence there. Looks like we are ready to go. So we'll start off hands behind the head, reaching, squeezing back the whole time. Come out to your Y. And here we go. Rotate, internal rotation. And think moving at the shoulders. We can move our wrists, right? We could turn our hand up and down without working the shoulders. We want that shoulder rotation, shoulder control. So internal, external, internal, external, 2. Internal, try to squeeze. External, 3. Internal and external, 4 into our elbow cars. So twisting those elbows in, forearms in the whole time as we come down. Twist out, push out. Twist in, pull in, twist out, push out. Twist in, turn out, push out, and now reverse it. So we're twisting out the whole time as you come in, twist in as you go out. In, twist, out. One more time for 3. In, over, and out. Keep them extended and wrist cars. 1 and 2. Other direction. 1 and 2. Take it down to your T. Here we go. Turn over at the shoulder. Twist back. Over and back for 2. Over. Find those ends of your range. Find that end. Squeeze for a little bit more. Over and back for 3. Over. Find your end. Try to squeeze for 1 centimeter more of rotation. And back for 4 into elbow cars. Twist in. Squeezing in the whole time. Turn out. In. Over. Turn out. In. Turn over and out. That's 3. Reverse it. Twisting down that whole time. Up, over, out. Over and out. One last time. Twist down. Whole time you're coming in, over, and out into wrist cars. Big circle. 1. Big circle. Try to get that full range of motion of the wrist circle. Switch directions. 1 and 2. And moving down into our shoulder extension. Here we go. Rotate. External. Internal. 1. External. Internal. 2. External. internal, squeeze as much as you can. 3, external, and internal. 4. One quick note, is just I feel it burning, and I feel my own self kind of have this sensation to rush and kind of get the reps done. It's not about getting that number of reps, right? It's just kind of building that control. So if you can't keep up with the number of reps, don't rush to kind of complete it and half do your range of motion. It'd be better to just slowly squeeze and get that full range of control. So long way of saying, your control, your quality is better than your quantity of repetitions. So here we go into our elbows. Well, from extension, elbow cars turning out, squeezing all the way up, twisting out the whole time as you come up, twist out and down, over, up, turn over and down one more time, turning up and out, over and down, twisting down the whole time, down and out, coming up, over, extend, over, extend 2, and 3. Hands go behind your back, finish the path, rest for just a second. Here we go, reaching back, lifting off, come into that extension again. Open and down. External, internal 2, external, internal 3, one more, external, and internal 4. Come back, elbow cars, twisting out, over, and extend. Twisting up, over, and extend 2, up, over, and extend 3, and reverse that, twisting down the whole time as we come up, over, extend 1, comes down, coming up, over, extend 2, last one, twisting, over, and extend 3, wrist cars, 1, 2, reverse, 1, get as much of a smooth circle as you can, those wrists, 2, coming back to our T, over, and open up, 1, sit down, open up 2, and really try to get that motion happening right at the shoulder, not twisting over the traps to have that rotation happen, but just think this upper arm bone rotating, twisting right in that socket. Over and back for 3. Over and back for 4. Right into our elbow cars, twisting in, palms up as you come up, over and out. Again, 2, over and out, and reverse, twisting down and out. 1, down, twisting the whole time, up, over, out for 2. One more time, pops down, up, over, and out for 3. Into wrist cars, in, pinky side, extension, from side, 1 and 2, and reverse it. And 2, nice, and we'll swing up to a Y, over, and twist out. Twist in, twist out. Twist in, twist out for 3. Twist in, building strength and control in those shoulders. Rotationally, twist out. Now we're going to elbows. Twisting out the whole time as you come up, down, out, over, and out 2, one more, up, twist out, and reverse it, twisting down. So you're coming in, twisting palms down, palms up. Let's go out 2, one more time. And now into our wrist cars. Big wrist circle, 1 and 2, and reverse it. 1 and 2. Hands go behind your head. Come down and relax. Shake them out. Woo! Long set. Nice job. Our second series is going to be pretty much the same series, but from collapsed quadruped with the ball. And we're only going to go the front half because we're using a little weight now. Weight, or you can use like a ball or small object, even a stress ball where we're getting extra tension. Just want a high tension set. So that was kind of a muscle endurance, right? Really long, slow and controlled set. This one's gonna be, we're gonna just do 3, 2, 1 instead of 4, 3, 2. Higher tension, higher intensity, just one way. So we're gonna come down into a collapsed quadruped. Let's see. If you're gonna go standing, maybe just hold on tightly to a pillow. You can't see me, but we're gonna just go. You could do kind of bent here, right? If you're imagine you're standing, you're kind of bent, hunched here, boom, right? You could do your T, you could do here, but just hold on to another object, pillow, or even your yoga blocks. Hold them tight. I want extra tension as you're going through. It might be easier to set up from the ground, but you can totally do it standing if it doesn't feel good. If this doesn't feel good for your knees. So we're coming here, getting our tension. Hand behind the head. And come out to your Y. Rotate over. Open up. Over. Open up 2. Over. Open up 3. Elbow cars. 1. Twisting in, up, out. 2. Reverse. It's back, out, extend, back. That's 2. And wrist car. As much wrist as you can. And reverse. And that's one position there. Moving to our T. Rotate over and out. 1, down, and back 2, down, and back 3. Elbow cars 2, twist up, out, and down. One more time, up, out, and down, and reverse it. 1, 2, and wrist car, bigger wrist cars you can get. 1, and reverse, and last position. External, internal rotation 1, external, internal rotation 2, external, internal rotation 3, elbow car 1, up, twisting out the whole time, over, and 2, reverse it, twisting down and out the whole time, up, over, and extend one more time. Good, a little bit high, wrist car 1, and reverse, and 2. Ooh. Burning. Switching to the other side. Get your position, get nicely set up. Here we go. Hand behind the head. Reach back. Extend out. Shoulder capsule car. Over and back 1. Over and back 2, over and back 3 into elbow cars. 1, 2, and reverse directions, twisting down, twisting up and over, down, go back, up and over the 2, wrist car. Big controlled range of motion, sweep down into RT, rotate over and back. 1, maintain that full body tension, squeeze on your object. 2, high tension set. And 3, elbow cars, twist in, over, and out. One more time, twisting up, over, out, reverse it. And wrist car. And that's 1. We'll switch to our last position. Shoulder capsule car, up and in. 1, out, in. 2, out, and in. 3, elbow cars. Turn up as we go up, turning down as you go out. That's 2. Reverse. 1, bring down as you come up. 2, and wrist car. And drop it down, shake it out. Ooh, that was some intense work. We are gonna move on to our next series of exercises. It will be coming down to a side-lying position. And we're gonna be doing some side-lying shoulder adduction. So that's kind of squeezing all of the kind of chest and upper shoulder here. So what we're going to do, if I kind of rotate this way, it's easier to press. If I rotate this way, it becomes harder and I really start to feel the squeeze. So find a good position for yourself where it's kind of challenging to lift, maybe about 5 times. We're going to do 5 reps. So find something that's kind of challenging for those 5 reps. We're going to do 5 there. Into second exercise will be 60 seconds of, think of this as kind of half of a clock, right? So I don't know how the clock goes. 6 o'clock over to 7 o'clock and down. 7 o'clock up, 8 o'clock down. 8 o'clock up, over to 9 o'clock, down, up, over 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. It doesn't matter if you get to 6 and 12, but I just want you kind of going up, over, and down for that whole 60 seconds. And I'm going to grab a block right here for my head. So, doesn't matter how high on this clock or whatever you go. I just want to go up, hover over, and down, up, hover over and down, up and down for that 60 seconds. And then we'll go into lift, external rotation, internal rotation. And you're just on this axis here, rotating over, internal and then external rotation. We'll have 5 of those, over and back 1, over and back 2. Then you'll just turn over and you're going to do a shoulder car. I might end up just switching around so I could stay facing the camera, but we're going to be squeezing this so much, it will feel good to reach, open, and stretch that into our shoulder car there. And we're just going to do 2 of those. And then we'll grab our band, get your band, set it to your foot, and scapula car to one direction, to the other direction, and then we'll switch arms. Right, so side lying position. Find a challenging lift for you, and it doesn't matter where your lift is. Find a good place where you really feel that tissue squeeze, whether it's down here near 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock, wherever you feel a kind of good squeeze on that tissue. Find a nice spot for yourself. Give you a couple seconds to scan. And here we go. Everything tight. I'm gripping the ground for extra tension, squeezing my object. If you don't have an object, just squeeze your hand, high internal body tension, squeeze and lift. Oh, yep. Squeeze and lift for 2. Squeeze, push it up for 3. Squeeze, lifting up for 4. Last one. Nice and tight squeeze, pushing, lifting up for 5. Now we're going to go stay in the same position. We're going to our 60 seconds of hovers here. Up, over, and down. Up, over, and down. Wherever you get to on that clock, keep that nice tension position. So we don't want to make it super easy, but we do want to make it this cool 60 seconds of tension. Here we go. Ready and begin. Lift, over, and down. Again, it doesn't matter how high on that clock you get, just as long as you're squeezing that tissue right in the shoulder and chest. Continuous tension up and down. Keep tension on it as long as you can. Try not to rest too much at the bottom. Up, over, and down. We've got 30 seconds to go. "15 seconds. Keep squeezing. Keep working. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Staying in the same position. We're going to lift, and we're rotating internal rotation and external rotation. So here we go. Ready and lift. It doesn't matter if your kind of thumbs pointing out and you're rotating this way, if your palms down. Either way, internal rotation and external rotation. So just making sure to keep that adduction lift. So I'm not setting my arm on the ground. Internal rotation, external rotation for 2. Internal rotation, external rotation for 3. Internal rotation, external rotation for 4. Internal and external for 5. Set yourself up. You can just roll over to the other side. But now our working arm is on the top side. And we're going to go shoulder cuff from here. So I'm going to get some external rotation on the front. Coming across. Sweeping up and really just kind of feeling my arms sink back into this stretch. Since everything on that front side was working, I'm just feeling a nice stretch, reaching back, twisting over, around the down, and reverse it. And again, stretch, reach, over. Now I'm gonna grab my bands, attach it to my foot here. All right. And it doesn't matter. You can have it on the top foot or the bottom leg planted, but we're just doing that scapular car. So here we go. If you don't have a band, just get internal tension. Scapula depression, pushing down, forward. Elevation, shrugging, rotating back and around. Big circle with that shoulder. Up, round, down, and we'll reverse it. And that is 2. And now we are in the perfect position to begin the set on our other arm. It's on the bottom side, so we'll just bring ourselves down. Find our position where it's challenging to lift for thighs. So the more, it'll be more challenging, the more you roll forward, right? The more I'm folded over this, it's really hard to lift. So find that position for yourself. Grab tension on the ground. Ready, and squeeze and lift. 1. Squeeze and lift. 2. Squeeze and lift. 3. Squeeze, lift. 4. Squeeze, lift. 5. Now you have your clock. Hovers up, over, and down with up, over, and down. We have 60 seconds on the clock. Ready, and begin. Try to keep constant tension as we're moving through. Up and down on that clock, squeezing. Passing the halfway point. Smooth, continuous tension. I've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. 1 lift. And capsule cars rotate down, rotate back. 1, rotate down, rotate back for 2. Keep that upper arm off of the ground, squeezing that adduction as you get this rotation in and out for 3. In and then out for 4. One last time. In and out for 5. Roll over so that your working arm is now on top. And again, I'm just going to switch so the camera. Working arm on top. Here we go. Shoulder car externally rotate. Sleep up. Come back. Enjoy that stretch. Internally rotate. Reach back. Round and down. And reverse it. Pushing back. Opening up. Feeling that stretch. Up. Around and down. One more time. For that stretch. And that's 2. Grab your fan if you got it. Anchor it to your foot. And we'll finish off with our scap cars. Down and forward. Forward and up. Up and back. Back and down. One more time through in this direction. And reverse. Down and back. Back and up. Up or forward. Forward and down. And again. Breathe it out. And you did it. Nice job.